Americans are expected to bet big money on March Madness. The American Gaming Association expects bettors in the U.S. to wager more than $2.72 billion on the men's and women's NCAA tournaments combined. That is roughly double the amount of bets placed on the Super Bowl. For some Americans, however, betting can become damaging to individuals and their families. The National Council on Problem Gambling says around 2.5 million adults in the United States have a severe gambling problem. Let's bring in CNET managing editor Nick Wolny. Nick, thanks very much for being with us. How big of a factor is the rise of online betting when it comes to gambling addiction in America? We see these ads everywhere, seemingly.
Yeah, one reason that the ads have become so prevalent is that there was some legislation overturned in 2018 that led to sports betting becoming much more mainstream. Basically, a Supreme Court decision overturned a past law from the early 90s that made the decision of sports betting go back down to the states. And so it's on a state by state basis whether or not sports betting is legalized. And that includes online gambling, that also includes access to gambling apps on your smartphone. So since 2018, there's now been 38 states that have legalized that gambling. And what it's caused is it has just made it way easier to participate in online gambling and also to participate in a very quick, rapid fire way. These apps will use things like rapid fire bonuses. And it's not just betting on a particular game, it's betting on what happens in a particular quarter. It's betting on whether someone makes the free throw during March Madness. And so during this time of year, when we're going to have 134 games in just under 3 weeks, there is loads of opportunity. There are bonuses flying around left and right, and it can be a really tempting landscape for people who might be susceptible to addiction.
And Nick, I know you've had conversations with people who are addicted to gambling. Can you tell us a bit about what they have told you? What have you heard from them?
Yeah, someone I spoke to earlier this week was talking about how they knew it was a problem. They knew they had reached the point of addiction when their pastime was no longer fun. But rather than him just sitting at the dinner table and telling his parents that he had to go to the bathroom, he would actually get up and run to the bathroom and place three bets,
Wow.
in just those 2 minutes in the
That's an
restroom.
addiction.
And I
It's an
think that's,
addiction. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I think that's kind of a good story that sort of summarizes what happens for a lot of people. We're not necessarily saying that gambling is bad or that online gambling is bad, but because it's so much more ubiquitous and available online with smartphones, 92% of all legal betting is now done online. What it really causes is it just makes it really easy to participate in that. And people don't realize that they're sliding into a situation. If you're getting to a point where you're doing it in isolation or you're not having fun while you're doing this, then it might be something to raise a red flag for. And if you have a loved one who's experiencing that in a similar way, just something for you to look out for.
Well, and Nick, we know that it's not just sports. We also hear about lottery and Mega Millions jackpots constantly. So, what are some tips for people who may be addicted when it's, next to impossible, really, to avoid headlines about winning it big?
One thing to think about is just managing those notifications. So much of what we experience online is the result of both software and hardware using things like push notifications, haptic notifications. That's the when your phone vibrates or when your watch vibrates.
Hmm.
Maybe just being a little bit better with your digital hygiene on that is just something important to keep in mind. And then really thinking about the bigger picture from a personal finance perspective. In personal finance, we call it a sinking fund. It's when you open a savings or a checking account that just has some blow money in it, some fun money. You
Mm.
don't count it in net worth because you're going to put money into that vacation fund or whatever it is. And you know that you're going to spend every dollar of that and feel totally guilt free. That's actually a really healthy way to approach something like gambling or some other activity, entertainment activity or hobby, but to not be so attached to it that you end up spending money that you don't have and really starting to dig yourself into a hole. So something else to keep in mind for good personal finance acumen.
Right. That makes a lot of sense because you're creating essentially a boundary for yourself, right, Nick? It sounds like, as opposed to then trying to win it all back after you lose. And then that cycle would seem to continue. Really good tips there, Nick Wolny. Nick, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.